welcome to our special tribute segment for Veterans Day. My name is Curtis Fairlight. With me we have Kenzie Russell, Gavin Long, and Lily Adams.
Veterans Day is a well-known American holiday, but there are also a few misconceptions about it.
Yes, there are, Kenzie. Like how it's spelled and who exactly celebrates it. To clear some of that up, let's share some important facts that everybody should know.
A lot of people think it's Veterans Day or Veterans Day with apostrophes, but they're wrong. The holiday is not a day that belongs to one veteran or multiple veterans, which is what an apostrophe implies. It's a day for honoring all veterans, so there is no apostrophe needed.
Also, Veterans Day is not the same as Memorial Day. A lot of Americans get that confused, so stick with me here. And it can also be a little annoying to all of the living veterans out there.
Exactly. Memorial Day is the time to remember those who gave their lives for our country, particularly in battle or from wounds that they suffered in battle.
And Veterans Day honors all those who have served in the country, war or peace, dead or alive, although it's largely intended to thank living veterans for their sacrifices.
Did you guys know that Veterans Day was originally called Armistice Day, commemorating the end of World War I?
I did not know that. That is interesting. World War I officially ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed on June 28, 1919.
Fighting ended about 7 months before that when the Allies in Germany put into effect an armistice on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month.
And for that reason, November 11th, 1918 was largely considered the end of the war to end all wars and dubbed Armistice Day.
In 1926, Congress officially recognized it as the end of the war. And in 1936, it became an official holiday, primarily a day set aside to honor veterans of World War I.
But then the World War II and the Korean War happened. So on June 1st, 1954, at the urging of veteran service organizations, Congress amended the holiday yet again by changing the word armistice to veterans, so the day would honor American veterans of all wars.
Did you know that other countries celebrate Veterans Day too?
That kind of makes sense, since World War I is a multinational effort, so people would like to celebrate their veterans also on November 11th.
Yes, but there are different types of holidays different.
That's right, Gavin. In Australia, Canada, and Britain, they call today Remembrance Day.
And now I'd like to introduce you a few local veterans who have given us their time to come in and share a little bit of their stories with us.
That's right. Sit back and enjoy their stories.
Good morning, all. This morning we've been blessed by the presence of two amazing veterans from our very young community. We are here with Mrs. Ashley Beltrandi and Mr. Evan Sitzman.
How long did each of you serve, and what branch of service and position did you serve in?
Sure, yeah. I served in the Navy. I was a hospital corpsman, and I served 8 years. So, yep.
I was in the Marine Corps, and I was an infantryman, and I served for 4 years.
Can you two share with us a story or two that greatly impacted your time in the service?
Sure. I don't have one specific story. I think overall I had a positive experience, and I enjoyed every minute, the highs and the lows, everything. I mean, honestly, it made me who I am. So, I mean, everything that I've done, I graduated high school when I was 17, and I left 2 weeks after graduating high school. I didn't go with any of my friends. I just wanted to do something. I didn't know what I wanted to do, just something, and I found it. I found it in the Navy. There's a lot of camaraderie, a lot of, I found another family, friends, lifelong friends. I was able to do things that I never even imagined that I would be able to do, and travel to places that I never would have had the opportunity to travel to. So I worked in labor and delivery. I worked on an ambulance, huge adrenaline junkie. And I had a huge heart, very nurturing. So for me, hospital corpsman was the right path. So ambulance, adrenaline, ER, adrenaline, labor and delivery, you never know what's going to happen. And then just the nurturing side of being a hospital corpsman and being able to care for people and stitch them up whenever they needed it, or help deliver a baby. So like I said, I had a positive experience, and I would do it the same all over again.
I have a pretty similar story in a lot of ways. When I was in high school, I was really good at football, and I was going to play college football, and I got hurt my senior year, so it kind of shattered all my dreams at the time. And I thought, what is the next best thing that I can do for myself and for other people? And I thought that joining the military was what I should have done. So I decided on what branch, and I wanted to go into the Marine Corps. And if I went into the Marine Corps, I only wanted to go into the infantry because I wanted to go overseas. And I had a lot of really hard times. I got to see a lot of things. I went to Iraq and I went to Afghanistan. Really, really hot times from 2005 to 2009. And there were a lot of movies from stories from a lot of heroes during that time period. And I was very thankful that I got to experience some of that stuff.
To do. And so, no, I was just thinking one time in boot camp, I had an RDC like just yelling at me, just drilling me. And I was doing push-ups, and we were able to get blush for our pictures. And so we got my blush out, and he put it on the floor and, kind of smashed it up. So every push-up I had to put blush on my cheeks. Yeah, alternate my cheeks. And so, yeah, it just makes me laugh. Just like you said, there are so many stories, and you can't just wrap it up, in 30 minutes, and it could go on. I mean, I bet we could share stories and just talk, especially me being medical, supporting Marines. I mean, I didn't serve with the Marines. I wasn't a devil doc, but I have a lot of corpsman friends who did serve with the Marines.
I don't know. In the moment, it might seem kind of scary, but all the horrible, like kind of rough and tough kind of things in boot camp, it's all going to end. They have to feed you, and you have to go to sleep. Yeah. So you're gonna eat 3 times a day. So your watches don't exist. Your phones, they don't exist. But
birds don't exist.
Yeah.
Nothing crossed over the line in boot camp. I didn't see a bird. I didn't see a squirrel.
I didn't see any animals either. You can pay attention to the sun and the shadows, and when like lunch and dinner is for sure. And then you have to sleep. They want you to sleep. They're really hard on you, but they want you to be there.
And it's their job. That's what I kept telling myself. These are normal people. This is their job. It is their job to yell at us.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 17, you were 19. I mean, our frontal lobes weren't even fully developed.
I just turned 19. So, I don't know. When I was younger, I wasn't, even at that age, I thought like I was mature for my age, but mentally, the things that, you have to go through and experience in the military, they're way above, I think, what your mental capacity is at that time, but you're young, so you can handle so many stressors. But when I was younger, I talking about certain things and being proud of what I did was kind of hard. But the older I get, it's so much easier. I am very proud. I know that what I did, like when I was younger, it shaped me and I'm much stronger for sure.
If you're at crossroads and you're just not sure, I mean, it sounds like, for both of us, our friends were going to college or they were staying home, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. Like there's nothing here for me. I didn't have money for school, and I didn't want to take out student loans because I don't want to pay that back. If you're unsure, definitely if you're unsure. I mean, if you want to go to college, go to college. If you want to go to trade school, go to trade school. If you want to join the military and you're like, oh, it's just really scary. It is scary. But once you do it and you get into it, you just go with the flow. And don't worry, they will tell you what to do. Yeah, but I had a positive experience. I learned so much. I got to do and see so much that I never would have been able to experience going to college, or staying in my hometown.
I was at those crossroads because, going through, high school, I was going to play football, going to play football, going to play football. And then that got taken away from me with that injury. So I thought, well, what do I do with my life now? And, as I was younger, my parents always told me, if there's any one of you kids, I grew up, there were 4 kids, okay? My mom said, if there's any one of you kids that could go in the military, it would be you. And whenever I sat them down and told them, I already signed up because I was 18, I was 19. So I didn't have to ask for permission. I just did it. And I also signed up for the infantry. So in like hot times when, you probably know you're going to go to combat, I sat my parents down and said, hey, join the Marine Corps and I'm going to go into the infantry. They were scared to death in the moment, but they immediately were very supportive and proud, and they have been ever since. But I like to think about it's your life. You're young and you're going through school and you have your teachers and your family to help guide you for sure. But whenever you start becoming an adult, all the decisions that you make, you get to determine how your life ends up being. Okay, so it really is your decision, and that's something that I like to tell younger kids. I've had a lot of younger kids ask me about like the military and stuff, and it either sounds fun or sounds cool, but it's your decision. You can join any branch that you want. You can go anywhere you want. There are no restrictions at all with the military, and you are told what to do and you're guided. But that being said, there are so many small decisions, right or wrong, left or right. You have to make that decision. You can't see a month ahead of your life, or 6 months, or 2 years, or 4 years, or 8 years, or your career. But the small decisions end up like guiding you through. It was a great life for me, and my life is still great.
Wow. Those were some fantastic stories right there. And just to hear your individual stories, it's really amazing just to have you both here with us today, telling us your stories and adventures. And it's also really nice to just be here with people like you. Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you for your amazing service program.
Thank you.
A huge thank you to all of our veterans.
Thank you for your service.